UEFA will announce their best keeper, defender, midfielder, and forward of the Champions League on Thursday as part of their draw festivities. Now, the award is voted on by the 32 Champions League coaches and select journalists across Europe. It's one per nation. Jules, for some reason, we weren't invited to vote this year, but
so bad.
Should we give our unsolicited opinions anyway?
Of course.
We know the top 3 vote getters in each category. We don't know the order. So let's start. Who you got in goal? Your options are Thibaut Courtois, Ederson, or Edouard Mendy.
Okay, so I'm just going to warn you now. I'm going to be very, very biased in all of this, okay?
Okay, well, none of these guys play for Paris Saint-Germain. So.
No, but Edouard Mendy is one of mine. Although he plays for Senegal, but he was born in France. He played for Le Havre. I just love the story of someone who, again, had no team 4 years ago, who was not a professional player until really late in his career, had an incredible season with Chelsea, up to the Champions League, and winning it as well. Clean sheets in the Premier League, and the way he adapted from coming from Ligue 1 to the Premier League is fantastic. Yeah, he doesn't always look maybe the most elegant or everything, but he will learn more, improve even more. I think he's a wonderful story and a wonderful keeper, so I will go with Mendy.
All right, tell you what, out of those 3, you said he doesn't always look the most elegant. I would assume as a person, if they were all to walk in right now, I would argue that Edouard Mendy probably looks like the most elegant and coordinated of the 3, simply because Ederson has the weird neck tattoos and Thibaut Courtois looks like somebody put him on a stretcher. I'm kidding. Those are 2 of my favorite players. I say this. We joke because we love him.
Who would you go for, by the way? Just before I move on to
I think I got such a soft spot for Courtois, but I think I would go with Mendy as well.
Right, now Gab, the top 3 defenders, and your options are Cesar Azpilicueta, Ruben Dias, and Antonio Rudiger.
Okay, so
this is UEFA again. This is not the Premier League.
Champions League.
Those 3 are in the Premier League, but this is.
I think without Rudiger, Chelsea do not win the Champions League. I think they might win it without Azpilicueta. And I know it is just the Champions League, but I got to go with Ruben Dias for the completeness of the season, for the stuff that went on around him.
Yeah.
Not his fault. So, yeah, I'm going Ruben Dias.
I agree. Ruben Dias, and still so young. Let's not forget. And for him to adapt and have that kind of impact straight away on City is pretty impressive.
In midfield, we're looking at Kevin De Bruyne, N'Golo Kante, and Jorginho. Seems straightforward. Surely there can only be one answer, right?
N'Golo Kante. And listen, without N'Golo Kante, Chelsea don't win the Champions League.
But Jorginho, now he changed his hair. And he's going to win the Ballon d'Or.
I know he's been great, and I love the story, and I've always liked him, and I never really understood the criticism of him. But N'Golo, NG has to be.
I'm joking. Kante was fantastic down the stretch.
Yeah.
And that's why I would go with Kante. I would just say this about De Bruyne, and we are comparing apples and oranges there.
Yeah, of course. They're not the same profile at all.
De Bruyne is pretty special. If City win it, De Bruyne gets it, for me.
Definitely.
And finally, up front, the choice, this is an easy one, is between Erling Haaland, Kylian Mbappe, and Robert Lewandowski.
Wow.
Yeah, come on.
I know. I mean, I'm going to say Kylian, right? I'm going to say Kylian. I should not say Kylian.
You should not say Kylian because that would be silly.
Okay, I'm not saying Kylian then. I tried because if you'd been kind to me and said, yeah, okay, I would have pushed for Kylian. Listen, I think Erling Haaland is an amazing talent, so is Kylian Mbappe, and Kylian is obviously my boy. But what Robert Lewandowski did last season, even if Bayern were knocked out by PSG and by Kylian's brilliance, I still think someone scoring 41 goals in a league season.
But it's the Champions League.
I know, this is all in Europe, but he scored. Well, I would give it to Lewandowski.
Yeah, me too. You don't have to justify these things. They come up with screwy solutions anyway, so I'm going to go Lewandowski.
So we agree on everyone, pretty much.
Yeah, good. That's
which is rare for us.
This is extremely rare. Yeah. This is extremely rare, but great minds think alike, and fools seldom differ.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.